Hello everyone. I just dripped water all over me. Jesus. Oh, unbelievable. I was drinking water and then I misjudged how much is in my cup. Damn. Alright, I need to get some new water. Oh shit, embarrassing. Oh. Alright, let's do this. Longest palindrome. Ugh. No problem. Okay, longest palindrome by concatenating two-letter words. So I have an array of string words. Each element of words consists of two lowercase letters. Create the longest possible palindrome by selecting some elements and concatenating them in any order. Each element can be selected at most once. Return the length. If it's not possible, then 0. It's pretty much screaming DP at me, so just need to figure out what will be the best way to do the DP on this. Well, maybe not be DP, right? So palindrome, and we'll have 2. If you have, and also all the pairs, right? So if you choose however, it's always going to be even. So it's going to be even palindrome. The middle has to be exactly the same. So anyone that's the same will serve in the middle, right? Anyone the same will serve in the middle. Can serve in the middle, because that's the extra, right? That's the extra. You can just throw in there for free. And the rest, you just have to find the pattern. They're not the same, right? Well, just hold a second. We need to find all the pairs. So we have, let's say, AB, right? So we need to find an AB and BA. If you find AB and BA, that's a pair. You can always pair them. So what we're gonna do is we go from left to right. We have, that's not right. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna counter this thing. Okay, we're gonna build a counter, and we find AB. We see how many there are. Like say we have 5 of them, and then we swap them. We say, well, how many is BA? And BA we have 4 of them. So to match them, we take the minimum of them, right? So we have 4. So we have AB, 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 and then we can have a BA, 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 right? And they will always work, right? So like this is the middle, and you just put these on the left, and put these on the right. Things are good. Things are happy. And then you go for the next one. You go for the next one. Go for the next one. Now, when you have something that's the same, let's say GG, right? Let's say we have 10 of GGs. Okay. So if it's 10 of GGs, it's very simple. We have 5 in here and 5 in here. All done. But if we have odd numbers, then the extra will sit in the middle, right? Extra will sit in the middle. And if we have 1 odd, we cannot have another odd. That's pretty much the rule, because you can't have another odd like put in there. All right, so this we have 1, 2, and 3. All right, so this is going to be AB, AB. We have 2 AB, so we cannot do anything about them. So AB is 2, BA is 0. TY has 1, 1. LCCL said 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's an 8. This we can only get 1, because we have 1. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Okay, so basically, this is not a DP problem. I think this is a very simple, straightforward problem. All we need to do is just code it up. It doesn't require too much thought. I was prepared for some Oh. Yeah, this is some. Okay. There we go. Back to normal. Alright. This is. Alright. Alright. I'll bring you your teeth. I'm bringing my wife the teeth. Yeah. Now all 261 subscribers will hear that. Alright, I'm back. Just delivered the teeth to my wife. Alright, let's code it up. I was saying that this problem is not really, doesn't seem to be very difficult. Okay, I might be wrong. We will counter words and find the matching pairs. Right, find the matching pairs. AB must match. AB matches BA. When we have a word that is a repeat, CC, we only allow CC and its count is odd. We only allow one odd count, right, to go towards the palindrome. For example, if we have 3 CC and 3 DD, we only allow we can do, right, we can do 3 CC plus 2 dd or 2cc plus 3dd. Right, that's the rule. Okay, so how would you code it? We're gonna do a counter. So we're gonna do a an ordered map. A string and int all right, now what? Now what we want to do is rest equal to 0 for const, okay, to const out. I think you can do key value. Okay. If v is larger than 0, okay, so basically what we're gonna do is we'll check if k0 is equal to k1. Okay. K0 is equal to k1. We are going to say rest plus equal to, we do the number of pairs, right? Number of pairs. We'll say number of pairs. If it's 4, we can add 4 pairs. 5 and add 4 pairs as well. But the extra 1 needs to be considered as long, only if it's even. So how do I express this? How do I express this? Divided by 2 times 2. That is a trick that we can do. And we'll do, so it'll be like this, rest plus equal to v divided by 2 and times 2. Okay. And rest plus equal to rest mod 2. Right, if rest mod 2 is 0, that I can, and that's a 1, then we get a 1. If rest mod 2 is a, yeah, if it is 0 and that's 1, if it's a 0, then it's a 0. If it's rest mod 2 is 1, right, then if it's a 1, then that should be a 0. If it's a 0, then also should be a 0. Huh. Alright, so I can just say is equal to 1, right? If it's already a 1, then we don't do anything, right? If it's not a 1, then we can do this v mod 2. So basically it's, if v mod is equal to 0, okay? If it's equal to 0 multiplied by this, right? Imagine if it is equal to 0, this is a 1, then if it's divided, then we cannot do. If it's 1, then we do. If it's 1, which means this is 0, then we basically don't do anything. Okay, that's fine. So if that's the case, else if they're not the same, then we need to find the reverse, right? We need to find the reverse. And how do I reverse a string? It's in place. Shoot, it is in place. Okay. So we can say, oh, I just do reverse. Key dot begin, key dot end. Right? Yeah. So now I reverse it, and then we'll find the smallest between the two. Then we say res plus equal to minimum v and counter. I actually don't know default value. Default. Yeah, I think default value unordered map default value. That is 0, right? When the default allocator is used, this results in the key being copy move constructed from key and a mapped value being value initialized. You do not provide a constructor, which means that each field in foo will be value initialized individually, which for primitive type means 0. So, but the problem you're actually facing here is that the field called apple does not exist in your map. The semantics of this are such that if the value does not exist, it will be created on the fly. You probably didn't even want to access a non-existent field in the map, and you're asking whether you just always initialize a 0 so that you can use the fat to check whether it exists. For this purpose, you should just use find or at. Find will return iterator. At will throw an exception if the element is not found. For my purpose, I don't really care. Right? I don't really care, so I will just do this. It will value initialize, but that's a trivial type, so I think this will be fine. No matching function. Oh, I cannot reverse a string like that. I don't understand. I actually don't know. No magic function called the swap. You can now do swap. Ah. Eh. I still. Oh no, hold on. That's fine. Here. Because it's const. Alright, so instead of doing that, maybe I can just do k1 plus k0. Oh. What are the other ways to reverse a string? Well, actually, this is a good. I still want to know reverse a string. Different method to reverse a string. Reverse function, reverse iterator. Create a temporary reverse string and assign it to. I like this one. I like this one. So hold on. Basically, we say td string, right? Key dot r begin, k dot r end. There we go. We get a minimum of these, and our return rest times 2. Oh, it's fun to get to learn a little bit more of C++. The goal is to, at the end of the project I'm doing right now, and with all the LeetCode practice every day using C++, that eventually I'll be able to put this on my resume. That was the goal. And we got it wrong. No, crap. I'm missing one. Ugh. So we have EM, PE, MP, EE, PP, ME. Oh, I know why. I also did not set them to 0 after I'd done it. Yeah, there's many issues. Many issues. First of all, this needs to multiply by 2, right? And once I'm done with this, I need to set. This is actually fine because I don't encounter this again. This is not fine. I need to say count. Ooh, reverse. R begin. Alright. So reverse. Once I'm done, I say counter. Reverse, I need to set it to 0. Embarrassing, actually. I forgot to multiply by 2, and I also forgot to set it back to 0 so we don't double count. Yeah, it was a little bit embarrassing, but overall, it's okay. Oh my god, what was the problem now? Alright, I'm going debug mode. I don't know what happens here. Where do you want to set? I'll just set it here. Alright, let's see the counter. Damn. I have 1. GI, IG, and I have 2. How many I got? 14. So 1, 2. Well, I can keep running. F5? F2. V, where is V? Okay. Huh? Don't show K and V though. What the hell? Oh, they show it here. Gosh. Okay. Alright, so I have GI. What's rev? IG, yeah, IG has 4. So it's 2 and 4, that's 2, so rest plus equal to 4. Yes. I'll set this to 0 because I already done it. Next, HH. I can't do HH anymore because HH only has 1. 1 divided by 2 is 0, so rest doesn't change. And this is already 5, so I don't add another one. Boom, done. That's still 5. QQ. QQ is 3, so I add 2. Should be 7. Yep. And it should be keep adding. Why did I only get to 14? I don't understand. MM. Yeah. What the hell? $11, $13, $15. GCC. Where am I? CC is here. PP, EE, NN, VV, VG, SS, GG, YY, OO, TT, UU, UU is 4, right? Yeah, 102. It should be 102. I don't understand. Why did I get turn 14? What the hell? Alright, I think something is not right. Something is definitely not right. Debug doesn't really help. I think I can just do... Yeah, let's print it out. I got a full package, but I got EE, HH, I got HHNNBICC, and that's it. What? Wait, what? What the hell? Hold a second. That's kind of saying something. You are baiting the way. You'll be the one loving so much. I think the counter is right. What happiness is. Yeah, I was doing this one. I have a suspicion for what happens. No? Oh, yes. I think probably this might be why it's wrong. update map as it is being iterated through. I think this probably is not the safest way to do it. But that also doesn't make sense. So it stops after. I mean, BI is fine. Maybe GI. It just stopped after a while. Don't understand why. Alright, if I don't do this. It also. Huh. It looped back. No, it's fine. Wait, what did I do? I don't know. Don't do this. I don't know. Right now I'm literally have no idea why it fails. Okay, it is because of this, which the first time hit is the BI, but I am allowed to reverse, right? Yes, I'm allowed to reverse, but when I start calling it, because it does not exist. But it should be fine, right, if it does not exist. I mean, IB does not exist. Oh, this is interesting. So HH come back to HH. So UUNNBG, they come back to HH. Okay, so BI, I have BI. How about IB? I don't have IB. Okay, so what happens, what I think happens is, we have BI, but we don't have IB, but when we do this, we are changing the counter, we're changing the internal, right? And when changing internal and iterate through and it just hits. So I kind of iterate back to the front. That's why it exit out. So therefore, we should do is not using the. Oh yeah, because initializes something is wrong. So it'll be better. It'll be better. Let's just say instead of doing this, I will do. I still have the reverse. A counter dot contains reverse, right? If it does, then we just say counter reverse. Otherwise, we do 0. So this is int rev count. Okay, just be a bit more stupid, and we do rev count, right? As once we do rev count, how do I set to 0? It has to exist. The rev count is 0, right? So we can say if rev count not 0, then we do this. Cannot use counter rev when rev is not in the counter, because the default operator initializes, right, a new key value pair when the key is not in the map. This initialization will break the iteration. May break the iteration. May break the iteration. Which leads to may break the and lead to early termination of the iteration. So I have to do it more stupid. Can do it more fancy. Wow, this is like implementation specific. I think on my laptop everything's fine, but on their laptop it's not, right? Very interesting. Very interesting error. Something you don't get when you write the solution in other languages, but you definitely get something like this in C++. Has to be very careful. Very, very careful. 30 seconds. 30 milliseconds. 82%. It's not bad. Alright, it takes a little bit longer today, mainly because we hit a very interesting bug in C++. What's good? You know, you learn. Alright, I'll call that is it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.